In this week's video, I want to show you my experience on the wall, South Dakota, near the Badlands National Park, where people camp or disperse camp for free along these cliffs. I've seen these cliffs for years with people posting pictures and wondering how hard is it to get there. This is actually not that bad. You're actually very close to the town called the Wall, or Wall, South Dakota. It's a small little town. It has some conveniences in town, such as gas, food, famous drugstore. So you get all these nice little conveniences that allow you to boondock on these cliffs and yet not be too far from having supplies if you need supplies. As you exit the freeway, you turn down Highway 240 here. Only about 6 or 7 miles, you actually reach the turnoff for the dispersed area for camping in the Badlands. This is a relatively easy drive down the Highway 240. It's a 2-lane road, not very much traffic on it. If you continue further south, you actually end up in Badlands National Park. You know you'll be getting close when you get to a tower on the right. As you approach that, you want to start looking for these towers way out on the left that reside on the edge of these cliffs. And at that point, you're going to turn off the highway. You'll see a little dirt road that takes you over a cattle gate. And this is what I've been wondering that's been missing that I could find on YouTube is how difficult are these roads to get your rig down there, your travel trailer, RV, van, or your car or whatever. I couldn't figure out how bad these roads are. So hopefully this video shows you that. As my goal is to try to show you how challenging it might be to get to this edge of the cliffs and experience this great scenery. As you drive down this dirt road for about a mile, you'll see the 2 towers on the left. You basically know at this point you're there. You're going to come out on the edge of the cliffs, and you're going to make the decision of either turning left or turning right, and you're just going to pick a spot and boondock as you drive along these cliffs here. Lots of nice little places to pull off and camp. It's a free-for-all. There's no designated sites. That's part of dispersed camping. There's no designated sites. The other thing with dispersed camping or boondocking, there's no facilities, so you don't have vault toilets, you don't have electricity, water, or anything like that. So we were out here in July, 102 degrees. So you gotta make sure you get plenty of supplies, water, so you can be self-sufficient. And it's clean as you go, right? So you gotta bring everything that you bring in, you gotta bring back out. So let's take a little bit of a look at the scenery and enjoy the video. Right on the edge. Pretty amazing spot. Gotta look for those 2 towers. Actually 3 towers, but 2 on the left, that's where you turn. As you can see in the video, people are just camped right along the edge of the cliffs. Hard to beat this location. I love dispersed camping because you're not right on top of your neighbor. You can kind of pick your spot, have some space between yourself and the neighbor. Usually have an epic view sometimes. This place is pretty hard to beat from a scenery standpoint for a place to camp and take just in the overall scenery of the Badlands National Park down below you. So hard to beat. As we leave this place on this video right here, gives you a little bit more feel what the roads are like. Like I said, my goal was to try to show what the roads are, the conditions of these roads. Like I said, we were here in July. The roads were very dry, dusty. I don't know what this would look like if there was wet conditions around, of how muddy it might be. So you still should do your own research in assessing what you might be up against if you decide to come out here and camp yourself. Highly recommend this spot. I've watched it for years and years on social media. These people camped along this ridge and experience these amazing scenery. So, and another beautiful thing about this spot that I never had realized prior to coming out here this summer was that it's only about 6 or 7 miles to this town Wall, South Dakota. That allows you to have gas, food, supplies, anything you might need to help sustain your stay out here. So in theory, you could spend days and days out here, just camped on the ridge, run into town as you need be. If you like this time of content, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Until our next adventure, thanks for being here.